Hello and welcome to episode 28 of the Throwback podcast. I'm here with Ginger Shaq. How are we doing?
I am sensational, Mr. Murray.
Sensational. Bits and pieces.
How are you?
I'm good.
I never asked you how you are.
I'm good. Busy, but we'll get on to that. There's the first thing I wanted to pick up on is the LaMarcus Aldridge kind of situation. Obviously, it was sad that he's had to retire. Potentially going to win a chip this year with the Nets. I think it's a big blow to the Nets, but what I want to speak about isn't necessarily that. It's issues that kind of go beyond basketball. Like, with that in mind, that it goes beyond LaMarcus Aldridge winning a championship. At that point, it's like life or death, isn't it? And it was like, funnily enough, with the Brooklyn Nets, again, Caris LeVert going from Brooklyn to Indiana, finding out he had cancer, obviously getting rid of the cancer, finding it at the right time, and obviously he's come back now, and it's all good, and that's brilliant. But just touching on, obviously we all love basketball, like basketball is everything, but it isn't that, is it? It isn't worth going out there and dying for, and that's what potentially could have happened to LaMarcus Aldridge, which is really sad because he's put all his life's work into it, and potentially this year it could have been that championship, but he realised that it wasn't worth it, and I think it's nice to remember that.
It is, and I think one of the biggest things that I've kind of took from it, and we talk about players and health, and they're treated like, finely tuned machines, and maybe they're not as tough as they used to be, and all this jazz. And we can have the debate about the 90s being, the tougher period to play basketball in, and that's great, cool. But if LaMarcus Aldridge had the condition that he had in the 90s, he could have died on court, and we wouldn't have knew.
Yeah.
Because the team he was playing at may not have had a specialist medical center, may not have been doing constant health screenings, may not have been ensuring that he was a correct physical specimen to be playing an elite level. And the same goes for Chris Bosh. The same goes for other players that Caris LeVert, as you've just mentioned, that are treated like finely tuned pieces of equipment that get services and checked as they should. And it's a credit to the NBA for as much as we give them flack for 900 million jerseys being released and that. But quite frankly, if my jersey's gone up from £100 to 110, and it means that somebody doesn't die of a debilitating disease because the funding can go to the NBPA, and they can go to the Advocate Centre, and they can go to all of these health screenings, and do you know what? Bugger it. It's a tenner.
Yeah.
Life is more important, and basketball isn't life. We can joke and say ball is life, but the man's got a family. Caris LeVert's a young lad that hasn't even lived his life yet.
Yeah.
And he's been saved. And I think, as you've sort of attested to, it's more than that. And it is a shame because he very well could have won a championship ring, but I don't mean nothing if
you're not here.
If his family, we'll look at it as LaMarcus Aldridge, retired NBA player, or we can look at it as LaMarcus Aldridge, NBA champion, XYZ to 2021.
Exactly.
Because he passed away. You know what I mean? I'm sure if you turn around to him and went, do you want a championship ring or do you want a life?
Or do you want to watch your kids grow up?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Do you want to see your little boy make that first 3-point shot in his Pee-wee game? Do you want to see your daughter make, the first, game-winning catch in baseball? And and things like that. Do you want to see whatever? Like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, but like you say, we live for basketball. We live for watching basketball. We live for everything about it. But ultimately, we don't owe anything to basketball, and neither does LaMarcus Aldridge. Neither does LaMarcus Aldridge. So fair play to him. He made a decision. There was no messing about. He come out. He explained his reasons why, and that was that. And I'm sure it was a shock for some people to see it, but it is what it is. I just thought I'd address it because I think it's important, isn't it, to realise that, especially in the predicament that we've been in over the last 12 months with COVID and everything and all the COVID protocols, and people are complaining, these players aren't playing because of COVID protocols and this isn't happening because these people did this. Like, people are dying from COVID, and these COVID protocols are in place in order to keep everybody safe. And winning another 3 games, it isn't everything, is it? Do you know what I mean? The grand scheme of things, like Kyrie doing whatever he's doing, struggling with mental health or struggling with whatever he's doing, and people are saying, he's getting paid all this money, but, well, if he's not well, he's not well. Like, the guy might just need a break. The guy might just need to get out to a retreat, refresh, recalibrate, and come back. And then maybe in the playoffs, he's zoned in. And this is why he's taking these breaks through the season, so that come playoff time, he can give 100% to his team, the same way that Kawhi Leonard, the same way that all these other players do it. The only difference is, because they're not giving a reason why Kyrie's leaving, it's being speculated on. So I just think we need to be a little bit more mindful when we're slandering players or all this stuff, because ultimately we don't know what people are going through. We don't know what players are going through, and we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So,
and the simple thing is, the same person that is tweeting, Kyrie Irving's a bum, he's a chump, get a grip, is the same asshat that is going to put a tweet out if something horrific happened, like RIP NBA champion Kyrie Irving.
Yeah,
you did it your way, and you wouldn't let anyone else tell you how to do it.
And this is the problem, isn't it? This is the problem.
Rich and famous people doesn't make them exempt from mental health. Robin Williams, Chester Bennington, these are top people in the top of their professions, actors, comedians. Robin Williams probably the happiest man you've ever met in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Suffered with mental health, subsequently couldn't take the suffering anymore. You know me, mate, and you're the same, and so on. And that's why we have the core group of mates that we have in this community that are mental health conscious, and it just isn't worth it.
No, definitely not.
Okay, he's not playing basketball, cool. Like, what would you rather the Brooklyn Nets done? Lied to you and told you? They probably could. They could be like, he's got, a right hamstring strain.
Yeah.
He's got plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, let's try and
But no, Kyrie's turned around and gone, I'm not playing, and I don't need to give a reason. Like, if I have a day off work, people at work don't need to know why I'm off.
As long as your manager knows, as long as people...
Yeah, as long as the relevant people know.
Yeah.
But just because I'm in the public eye, I need to tell people. No.
Not
a chance.
And the funny thing is now, I used to love the old, we pay their wages. We, not over the last year, you've not, because nobody's been watching the games. So you might be paying the wages through buying jerseys, but that's not necessarily going directly to the Brooklyn Nets. That's going to the NBA, regardless of what jersey you buy. And it's the same, and I've heard it all with football and stuff, and there's been a lot going on with football with the Super League stuff, and I don't really want to get into that on this podcast, but that was something that always frustrated me with football. We pay their wage. If you looked how much money's generated from ticket sales compared to how much money's generated from television, you'd be very surprised. I don't think it's even close. But anyway, let's get off that negativity. Let's get on to some positivity. Zion's released a shoe. I say positivity. I don't know your opinion on it. I might say it's shit now. What is your opinion on? I don't even know what it's called. What's it called?
I think it's just called the Zion 1.
The Zion. I thought that might be what it was.
So the great people at Pure Kicks and Mr. Momency, they were hot to the pot with posting it up for me. I seen it on Instagram ski, and I kind of had a bit of a look at it, and we kind of had a bit of a leaked image, and there was like, this is what it's going to be, but there's some more colorways and cool. Zion, great player.
Yeah.
Let's hope this shoe has good heel support.
Yeah. Doesn't burst out of it like he did last time.
Yeah. In terms of how it looks, I think it's a nice shoe. It's definitely a performance shoe from what I can see, and it gives me vibes of a Dame 5, and the front toe of either a Leaning or a Dame 2.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and I like that they've got the big Z up the side, the same as the side of his head. I like all that. I like that little touch. There's not really much on. There's not, in regards to like Jumpman, there's not really much on there. Is there, like, you can't, from the side, you can't really see a Jumpman on it. Do you know what I mean?
But when you think about it, if you got mellows, if you bought any mellow kicks,
yeah, if
you bought CP3 kicks, do you know what I mean? Like they kind of had, like, it was a completely different line of signature shoes, and
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if they're from what I can see, they're very reasonably priced in terms of a performance Jordan.
How much are they going for?
Which I think I've seen 105, 110.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a second because I'd like to have a look. I don't want to misquote. I don't want to.
Don't want to be getting people in trouble.
But I think it's a nice shoe. Like, yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah, I like Zion. I think he's a great.
So on the primary selling website, 104.95.
Okay, so that's not far. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. Just over 100.
Not really. That's you know,
cheaper than some of the other.
Like, they're nice.
Yes, they are. I can see them. Very nice. Yeah, I'm happy for anybody who gets a signature shoe. You know, players deserve to get what they can out of the business. So, yeah, good luck to Zion. I hope.
The back of this shoe looks great.
I've not seen it.
Like with the Zion at the back there.
Oh yeah, that looks cool. Definitely.
But no, I mean, I'm a fan. Like, I like them.
I love the advert and everything. I loved the DJ Khaled vibe, and yeah, I like that. I think the rollout was great. I think what they've done marketing wise was great. Getting Khaled on there. Yeah, I think
big fan.
I'm a fan. So,
and it's all about the brand giving the opportunity, isn't it? If you've got a good product, it's easy to sell.
Exactly. Moving on to a good product.
Do you like that?
Yeah, you've done well there again. So, I've been teasing for the last over a week now some news for the Throwback store. And as of this Friday, the day that this will be out, the news will be out that the Throwback Store's got a partnership with Mitchell and Ness, and we've been crying out for this for so long, and it has finally come to fruition. I've been working on it for probably 12 months now, trying to get the details of everything sorted, crossing the T's and dotting the I's and all that stuff. And finally, the Throwback store is going to be a stockist for Mitchell and Ness. So, I was talking to Ginger Shaq before this in regards to the reasons why, other than us both being huge Mitchell and Ness fans, I've got Mitchell and Ness jerseys. I've got the Kobe's. I've got all sorts of Mitchell and Ness stuff. Ginger Shaq also a huge Mitchell and Ness fan, so it made sense. The Throwback store, I have always kind of found my own stock one way or another, whether it's online, whether it's people I know, contacts I've met. Are you still there? Am I still there?
Yeah.
Just went off. My screen went off. Yeah, whether it's people, whatever it may be, I've kind of just always found stock. The problem is, not a lot of the problem, because the jerseys, a lot of them are kind of one of one. Like, somebody will come to me and ask me for a jersey and say, can you find this in an XL? And there may only be 10 in decent condition in the world, you know? So sometimes it's not easy for me to kind of get the jerseys that people want or need. So Mitchell and Ness just makes it a little bit more easier for me to get what you need to you. Like, if somebody comes and asks me for, have you got a Dominique Wilkins in an XL? I can say, I might not have one now, but I'm putting an order in with Mitchell and Ness soon, so I can pop that on my order. And the website will always be stocked with Mitchell and Ness now. So the first drop of jerseys will be this Friday at around 6 p.m. And I'm stoked. Like, it was something. It was a long-term goal of mine when I started. If I was ever going to be a stockist of a brand, it was always going to be Mitchell and Ness. I remember looking through Slam magazines when I was younger at Mitchell and Ness jerseys, so it's a little bit surreal now that the business that I've built is stocking these products. So it's kind of a full circle moment for me. And that's all I've got to say about that.
So what I have to say about that is well done.
I appreciate it.
At the end of the day, you're right. Like, Mitchell and Ness jerseys are nice. Do you know what I mean? In an ideal world, yeah, I'm fortunate enough to have some retro Jordans.
Yeah.
But my favorite Jordan jersey is a finals patch Mitchell and Ness.
Yeah, it's the authentic.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a Muggsy. I mean, Mitchell and Ness jersey wise, I've got 2 Shaqs. I've got a Magical Lakers. I've got a Mike Bibby Grizzlies. I've got a Drazen Petrovic Nets. I've got 2 Magic Johnsons, one in Lakers, one in All-Star. You know, I've got a Rodman, I've got a Pippen, I've got another Pippen, I've got another Rodman. Like, I've got Muggsy Bogues.
You've got a LeBron.
I've got a LeBron. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's almost that thing where it's been a struggle to get them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, unless I want a Vince Carter in white, I can get that I can get that maybe one time a month.
Yeah.
And then maybe the purple will be available the next month. But what's nice for me is, how to put it? If you're going to sell something, you've got to believe in it.
Yeah, definitely.
If someone's selling me, someone's trying to tell me to buy to go to a restaurant, I need to see the chef eat his own food.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I need to see someone that understands food tell me that it's good food. So having the Donny, the king of jerseys, of this country going, Mitchell Ness is solid. Yeah, like, as I said before the pod, you are going to have them gammon-handed meat hook geezers that are like, the throwback stuff is to sell throwback stuff. Well, do you know what? Like, show me the peas.
Yeah.
Like, you ask this man here, and you want an authentic Muggsy Bogues Charlotte Hornets jersey from 1992 in your size, pristine condition.
Exactly.
He will find it for you, and you will pay for it. Or you can swallow your pride and have an immaculate Muggsy Bogues jersey in the correct fit, brand new, out of packet, with the tag still on it, with that little ticket of authentication and tag and label that Mitchell and Ness have. And you can buy it from someone that will tell you it's a damn nice jersey.
Exactly.
So I'm telling you now, if you've got anything to say about him selling Mitchell and Ness, like, you don't understand the levels that this is going to.
Yeah.
You don't understand how hard it is. And the risk. Like, people need to respect the risk. Like, you're not doing this because, like, Mitchell and Ness jersey will sell loads. Yeah, there's an aspect to that. People want that. But equally, you got to buy them.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And yeah, a lot of money's been kind of thrown at this.
And quite frankly, like, if someone owns a used car garage, and predominantly in that used car garage, they sell Mercedes. That's cool. But all of a sudden, Mercedes come and say to them, do you want to sell Mercedes brand new? You're telling me that you're going to go, I ain't going to Dave no more. He sells brand new Mercedeses. That ain't on.
Exactly.
Think about it.
Exactly. But yeah, there is an element of risk in there. Hopefully, they sell well. The better they sell, the more stock I can bring in, and vice versa. But there is. I'm not going to spill too much in regards to what stock I've got in. Just there is. Ginger Shack's had a sneak peek at what will be on there, and there is some fire. Pricing.
And when he says fire, he doesn't mean that Mitchell and Ness jersey with
the
fire on. I'm just clarifying.
Definitely not that. Pricing wise, we're going. Swingmans will be $84.99, and authentics will be $189.99.
Did you just say authentics for $189.99?
$189.99. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's below retail, Mark.
Correct. And then, if you use any of the affiliate links, you can still get 10% off as well. You know. So I'm just saying they're already below retail, and you can also use one of the affiliate link codes. So if you need an affiliate link, get in touch with NBA UK fans, get in touch with
Suns Fans UK,
OKC UK, Suns Fans UK have killed it with the affiliate links. So shout out to Melvy. I'm going to call him Melvy forever.
Yeah, he's a legend.
He is a legend. He's going to be Melvy.
Also, you know, you do a podcast and we talk about Mitchell and Ness jerseys a lot. You know, both hosts are wearing a Mitchell and Ness jersey. No, they're not.
No, they're not. Or are they?
They're not.
No.
They're not.
Are you naked underneath that sweater?
I've got Lycra pants on because I've just finished a BJJ session.
Brilliant, even better. But yeah, so that's the news anyway. That's the news. So once this is released on Friday, all the stock will already be on the website. So head over to the throwbackstore.co.uk, which is now here somewhere or it might be here, whichever way. Follow these two as well, or these two, depending on which side we're on. And yeah, so questions. Got a couple of questions from our lovely people who follow us. First one from Melvy. He'll always be Melvy now. Right, question for you and G-Shaq on the pod, mate. I bought some Adidas and Pokemon shoes this week. If you're an exec at Nike, Adidas, Puma, etc., what media franchise would you collab with? I'll let you go first. So I think he just means like who.
So there is.
I think
there is some very, very clever ones. So Adidas are clever. They have the market share because they've got to deal with Disney.
Yes.
So by Disney, they can cover Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel.
Yeah.
That's big bucks. For me, if I could have a media franchise to launch something off of, see, Adidas did do Game of Thrones. That was cool.
Yeah.
Like that. So thinking a little bit outside the box, I'm probably going to go. I would be very, very hyped for a Nike collab with Sons of Anarchy.
Okay. Now we're cooking. Now
because Jax Teller always wore Air Force Ones.
He did always wear Air Force Ones. That is. Yeah.
You just imagine like a black Air Force or a white Air Force One, right? The swoosh is there, but the front of the swoosh is a Reaper. And on the tongue, there's just the. In fact, I might have to now go get a custom pair of Air Force Ones made for Sons of Anarchy.
He's thought this through. See, it's quite a good question because what I'd do if I was like Mitchell and Ness, I'd probably partner with the Throwback store. So that's what I'd do. But if we're talking sneakers, I don't know. There's loads, isn't there? I liked the Nike Spider-Mans for Enter the Spider-Verse. That was a cool little collab, and I'd like to see more of like you've just mentioned, when somebody is synonymous for a certain shoe in a film or in whatever it may be, that is kind of transferred. And it does happen sometimes. But like, I'd like Dr. Dre wears a lot of Air Force Ones as well. So maybe like a Beats and Air Force One collab, maybe. That could be a bit of a vibe, I think. Two of the things I love being music and sneakers. So that'd be a nice little switch over. But yeah, I think something like that.
I mean, I think in terms of brands, like I sort of did say, Adidas do hold the market share. Yeah. Because they've also got Lego.
Yes, they have.
And like, I've seen a pair of the Adidas Lego trainers. And like,
they're a bit mad.
They're pretty dope. Like the bottom of them, the grips are Lego bricks. Like the texture in that. And one thing Adidas have always done to smash out the park is they brand their boxes around the collab.
Yeah, they do.
Do you know what I mean? So like, but no, I like that concept where someone's synonymous with a shoe. Yeah. Because like you said, like, you know, both of ours were both kind of because certain people wore that shoe.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? And if you really want to get into the mix of it, like it could be big money. Like I'd cop a, you know, I know Nike done a Stranger Things collab.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool, and they were a little bit soft with it. It was kind of like Hawkins high, like track pants, and they done like a blazer, and they also done like a Cortez, and you know that's cool, and it's nice, but you know, Mitchell and Ness, OG Spaceman, like Space Jam.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. Yeah, Mitchell and Ness jumping on the Space Jam jerseys. I like that. That's a really good
Because
idea.
I've got a Bill Murray Space Jam jersey and I love it.
Yeah, I like that. Great question. Great question. Next question is from Stu, who says he needed to add a comment on the MVP race. He says, no one says Embiid isn't great, but surely an MVP can't miss 25% of his team's games and they still be number one. That's why it's Jokic. He also says Edwards will stumble into the Rookie of the Year win, but LaMelo's coming back. I read something this morning. LaMelo is going to be back in 7 to 10 days. So if he comes back and starts putting up the numbers that he was putting up prior, then you've got a race back on your hands, haven't you? He also says Defensive Player of the Year has to be Simmons, no other option. And the question is, what is missing from your collection / portfolio? For me, it's the black pinstripe Orlando. And in brackets, I can see one on the Throwback store website. It will be bought shortly. Plus, I'd love an Arenas and Magic jersey. And then another question, is Jordan Clarkson Sixth Man of the Year? Just to confirm, he did go and buy that Magic jersey, that penny jersey from the Throwback store. So shout out to Stu for sticking to his word. So, is anything missing from your collection that you want? You've got a
yes. I've got two what I would call glowing admissions. Like, if you were to ask people what's in my portfolio collection, when they hear these two aren't in there, I deserve to potentially be shot.
Yeah.
So I don't own a Lakers Kobe Bryant.
There we go. So there's one.
And I don't own a Raptors Vince Carter.
There's two.
So probably I'm a big fan of the Kobe, Mitchell, and Ness jerseys that you've had on.
Yeah.
I like them. And I'm a particularly big fan of the Kobe, Mitchell, and Ness Hall of Fame jersey.
Yes.
And I'm not just saying that because of the previous conversations that have gone on.
No, the great jersey.
So like I do need a Kobe. And while we're on the topic of Kobe, Nike deal.
Oh yeah, we might as well cover that as well now. I don't know what that actually means in regards to.
So,
can they?
From what I can gather,
can they still release shoes that they've already released, or is it completely done?
Apparently, it's done. According to Nick DePaula, that's it. The current Kobe 6 Hall of Fame that's coming out will be the last retro
Kobe
done with Nike, with Kobe.
Wow. That's big news. Very, very big news. It's Kobe,
big news and it's sad news.
It is, but before Kobe passed, he was looking at going into creating his own shoe, wasn't he? Similar to what Stephon Marbury kind of tried to do. So makes sense, I suppose. Very sad. I remember Vanessa Bryant not being particularly happy with how they released the Grinches and that there wasn't more stock. She wanted everybody to have that shoe, and obviously Nike made it a limited release, as they do. So I can understand why it's happened, but yeah, sad.
What is also sad about it as well is you see all of them people that have got Kobe's on StockX.
Yeah. I know the price is going to fly up. Shocking. Anyway, away from that, back to my omissions from my collection.
Have you got any?
Yes. So the three, there's loads, but the three that I really want are Iguodala, Kyle Korver, Lou Williams are the three that I desperately need. And then away from that, I've not got a Moses Malone. I have got a Moses Malone there, but I've not got a Moses Malone to rock. And I've not got, and I want an authentic Dr. J as well. Whether it's a Sand Knit or a Mitchell and Ness, I don't know, but they're the ones that I need in my collection desperately. And then you have, like, I want a Manute Ball as well, and I'd like a there's loads, but the ones that I desperately want are the Lou Will, Korver, and Iguodala, because when I first started getting into the Sixers, they were, well, properly into the Sixers, like in the early 2000s, they were the gang. So yeah, I definitely want those jerseys. And yeah, is Jordan Clarkson Sixth Man of the Year?
Haven't even really looked at Sixth Man of the Year, to be honest with you.
Neither have I. I thought at the beginning of the season, so many things have changed. So many things have changed.
Do you know what I mean? Like last year, I was quids in for it being Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, exactly. And
do you know what I mean?
And
like,
then
now I'm just a little bit like.
And then Lou Will.
Fair play to Stu, because like we do a basketball pod and he's took more attention. He's paid more attention to that than I have. Like
I've not even looked. I know Jordan Clarkson's been killing it though in Utah, but I've not really particularly looked. I don't know. I looked at most improved player. I think like you've got Jeremy Grant, Christian Wood in that one, who I've liked, but I've not even looked at Sixth Man of the Year, to be honest with you. So let's just agree with Stu. He seems to know what he's on about.
Bloody love Stu.
He's all right, isn't he? He's all right.
Like every episode, every week there's a question.
I know.
Respect for that.
We need...
And his portfolio and his collection is starting to get... Whoa!
Yeah, it's fuego now. Fuego. Yeah. We may need to get him on at some point for him to show us the portfolio. That could be a thing. Getting some of the guys, Melvy, Stu.
Get the squad on. Get the squad on this thing.
Get the gang on. So we'll go with Jordan Clarkson. Now, to end the pod, favourite player to wear number 28.
Do you know when we started this? We had a couple of good episodes for players.
I know we missed
for players
soon.
In the past couple of episodes, like we're having to Google it. I'll be honest, like we're having to Google it.
Yeah.
So out of sheer Googleness,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to go for Iggy at the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
because
there's nobody else.
There's nobody else.
And I've gone for Sam Cassell at the Celtics. He played one season and he was number 28. But, fact, the only player in NBA history to win a championship in his first season and his last. So
once we get past the 20s,
we'll be all right.
We've got 10 episodes of gold.
Oh, golden.
Like there's debates. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we can proper scrap it out. And there's the ones like Shaq, who played 23, 24, 22, 23, 24. Do you know what I mean? So,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, because Magic, he was 32, then he was 34 at the Lakers. Yeah. He was 36 at the Celtics. And
yeah, see, so you can have Shaq for all of those. Yeah.
Madness. But no.
Crazy.
Iggy. Go on, Iggy.
And I've gone for Sam Cassell. just because he's the man. So, great episode. Back episode 29. One away from a guest. I've definitely sorted the guest out. I just need to send a message again just to clarify a date, which is going to be 2 weeks' time. But yes, we will see you on episode 29. I don't know who plays number 29 though.
We've got a week to look for it.
We've got a week to look for a player that wears number 29. But yes, we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for doing all that good stuff. We appreciate you. And peace. I'm going to leave that bit in.